It was quite a momentous occasion with the first program that I have had the privilege to address here in Rangsapona constituency. It's a long pending program. We have seen thousands of footfalls, and besides this, what is important is that all these friends who have converted to this program are all leaders at the block level, at the booth level, and there is a plenty of enthusiasm. The most important thing is that there is a the thirst to see that there is a change in the government. We are close to 2023, so we see how we can really leverage upon this whole desire, the thirst that is emanating from the people from all walks of life, from across the state, and how we aggregate this whole desire, enthusiasm, resolve to see that we have the opportunity to serve the people. I had the privilege to tell people, remind ourselves that when we build a political party, we have a purpose, we have a common intent, and that is more important than anything else. And the intent is nothing else but to serve the people, build the state.
So we wanted your comment on the law and order situation is law.
Let me put it in my own way. You have seen as to how not just Meghalaya, but the whole northeast have gone through a violent past. You know, the kind of experiences that we have had in the past, in the preceding decades. This area has always been vulnerable. So that is one part of the story. We have also seen, the years which has given, a kind of agonizing experiences that we have gone through. This state was inflicted by militant terrorism, but the silver lining is that people have come together, collectively aggregated our strength along with the government. We were able to restore order. We were able to restore peace. But the most important thing is not just the restoration of order and restoration of peace. The important responsibility that is vested upon all of us is to sustain this peace to restore. Therefore, now restoration is one part, but sustaining is one part. Today what we see is that there has been, I must be blunt, the scenario, the prevailing situation which is visible before us, given the kind of situation that has unfolded in the preceding years, starting from 2018. Let us not connect only with the recent incident of lawlessness in the state capital, but even prior to this, you have seen what has happened on the Independence Day, and you have seen what has happened in 2018 with that some small incident which went beyond control and which ultimately, had such a serious ramification on the law and order situation in the state, thereby, creating a kind of sense of insecurity amongst people from all walks of life, amongst people who consider themselves as vulnerable. So these are things which are a matter of concern, and that is the reason why we must all understand the responsibility that is vested upon all of us. If the government has been incompetent, it is the job of the people to ensure that there is a collective resolve. You see that you put the right kind of people. You put the people who have their priorities set right. Now what is important is to understand whether the government has forgotten the priority itself. The problem is the priority of the people who are in the hand of affairs of government. So I think you can elaborately be more analytical and create your own story to really understand what I'm trying to say. What is the pressure group expected to do? The pressure groups are supposed to actually draw the attention of the government. I think pressure groups have been trying to draw the attention of the government pertaining to various instances of irregularity, pertaining to various instances of alleged corruption, pertaining to various areas of concern. The concern which revolves around the lack of opportunity for the opportunity seekers, particularly the youth. So therefore, whose job it is to raise the voice? It is a responsibility of the people. It is a responsibility of the political parties. Therefore, if somebody is echoing this and then it is being aggregated by all concerned, it is a responsibility of the government to take cognizance of this. Now, is it not a fact that from how the government has responded to deal with various issues, whether it is the issue of the pertaining demands of the teachers belonging to different categories, again they revolve around the resources aspect. If the government has money to give advance to various contractors, even without the work being started, even without any collateral security which is required legally, for the government to pay any advances, whether it is in the name of mobilization advance, whether it is in the name of whatever advance you call it, there is a system. Government must ensure that whatever fund is released to any builder, any contractor, any service provider appointed by the government, there is a collateral in order to ensure that the builder cannot get away. But then the fact is that number of instances have been brought to the notice of the government, so also before the notice of the public, including us. We are knowing from what is being narrated by the people who have tried to unearth all these facts through various provisions of law, including RTI. And these are all eye-openers. You have seen how some of the RTI activists have talked about the vacancies having been not filled up. Now this whole information is available among the youth who are desperately but patiently waiting for these vacancies to be filled up. We are not talking about creation of new posts, but depriving the youth of getting the opportunity to get into these spaces of job that is available against the vacancies. They are definitely a kind of message which shows that the priority of the government is something else. Don't they have money for the job? We are not talking about the job which is yet to be created. We are talking about the job in different government departments where vacancies have been lying unfilled up. So these are messages which are being picked up by the youth, and therefore they have reasons to believe that they must put pressure on the government to see that the government take cognizance of these issues and concerns and respond.
What the government response to the situation that happened? Will you actually emphasize what happened?
How can you expect me to be satisfied? What has been the response? What has been the response? You have seen how we govern the state. We have demonstrated how situations like these are handled. So it is nothing new for them, as to how situations such as this can be handled. They can learn. They are SOPs. There are SOPs. Why aren't they following the SOPs? Are they somehow or other compelled to compromise on this front because of whatever reason? So you have to be further analytical. Then you will have the answers. Ay wa sura napamatungo nangni 8 mile badi mana tik-tak wa prari nagar BSF ken doa bamu unoni badi angani zamano nasong sura governor's house ko liya ne upar kelaha yarang di infrastructure bamu infrastructure uni gaman ya mai maksong au yarang pur kingatem uno wina mana mandirang ni mo overall mandirang ni Spani ramaya mandirang ni Spani there is a way of doing things. Asya kon ba uni gaman dali akan ani pal pansi meso ko nambata ne yasan ungja ba garus ni kita akan udis samai ko akan na garus ko galspani akan wa angni tasong garus na development ni initiative pa development program rangko raba rangko nakmanipon ya how we have tried to ensure mo nang ni developmental program rang ni bak ring si kema sina sokna na ne Meghalaya develop onga ode salaramsiba develop nganagen saliramsiba develop nganagen aro ia development ongeng pako mandirang neki tentang manca kusiongan baksa hadongani dongnanan ge Meghalaya ni developmental program rangko set ko manani ja mano bangin na batinga mungsa kapade Meghalaya Board of School Education out of all the institutions of the state one such institution was established in Tura. But the irony is that Meghalaya Board of School Education Act bano iko kensem ba songgensem headquarter ko mesokja iko Dr Mukul ni somoyo angni deputy chief minister umatengo MN kaimena Meghalaya Board of School Education headquarter at Turan gapako dakto kangde yadungja uni kemen alsong dawo na simangni mark sikonibo kangni mark sikonibo 2005 nas kangyo kemen dengkang embusni isu kagapa certificate rangkonibo headquarter Turani seya dongja indi ba dawo de donga nibo na song dawo doma dongja dawo dakauko indi ba mayong aha uni kemen tolna tanggabarang toldo indi ba dakna nanggabarang dakdo singa toli kam kagapongja Dr Mukul A.chik asongna Meghalaya na jekon dakna na nami dakdo ia Meghalaya Board of School Education headquarter Surao nim gapako ia yam mo ekto ia dongjani gemen aro ia ko sena gata SMBO ia bill ko ba ia ekko MN kaimena ia niam ko dakjani gemen pangnan ia ini headquarter bano iko agana mandani gemen pangnan sipkani kata ongkata jadi sipkani kata ongkata jok maina Dr Mukul ni deputy chief minister metengo ia embus ni headquarter Turao onggen gapako SMBO na range MN kai kam ko kata yan da ve gapa galsa kam kai ne una agri bangsa Meghalaya Technical University mo dukoba antinis kang gapa chief minister founder chief minister Captain Williamson Sangmani binungo mga Captain Williamson Sangma Technical University and this name was proposed by none other than left Dr. Don Cooper Roy, the then leader of the opposition. Dia antangan propose kana ansing dia Meghalaya Technical University ko ansing kulinga ngode. The government ni maksonga kata kulinga ngode iko ansing ni kang dapat kita ni bimo dono namge mak kusyong ni rasa kemna ekko paska Meghalaya ansing ni Captain Williamson Sangma Technical University headquartered at Pura. Vice Chancellor ko attend sajo. Dia prangko ni mana class prangko abat tingna kata academic session ko abat tingna kata gama kamera ko adal gini fitness kang kaha daw na ba abat tingna yarang ko abat tingna na geni yarang ko strong agani yarang ko abat tingna kata government China agani yaman dirang ko apsan kumongbo सरकारी करके दल गप्पा खामरang ko jekon matot kujoran ko matotan baktana aru getal da kudena nangani rang bang endong ya ma mengenong kuda karena nanga bang endong